Good afternoon, YouTube friends. My name's Jackie. Welcome to Gone Potty Gardening. Today I've been pottering around a little bit actually, and I've come into the Polytunnel to see what's growing and see what I need to do. The other day I spent a good hour or so in here picking out you know, the what you call armpits in the tomatoes, and taking off the lower leaves because we've had some great advice on growing the tomatoes. Yeah, so we've been keeping up with it all really. There's a few pots in here that are no good, so I do have some plants like these Roma tomatoes that do need to go in bigger pots, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the bigger pots to pot some of these on. I'll give you a quick show around in the Polytunnel. Now we haven't had the Polytunnel long, as you know, but it's a great growing space, absolutely fabulous. Every year we've never been able to grow tomatoes in Ireland. They've always got to the stage maybe of with a flower on, you know, and then they always get the blight. It's so damp and wet usually that they just don't grow outside, so it's a great space and it retains the heat amazingly actually. I've got the door open there and a little window up there open, and the temperature inside is 27 degrees, which is amazing. I think the outdoor temperature is about 16, 17. So yeah, I mean the sun's not blazing, but because of the polycarbonate material it does retain the heat, and the plants obviously they love the heat, don't they? Yesterday I was in here and I was reading actually about Epsom salts. Now we had a bag of this for a foot bath actually. Luckily Helen remembered where it was with the foot bath. But if you dilute a tablespoon of Epsom salts into a gallon of water and water your tomato plants and even pepper plants, it is like a fertilizer, and it's good for tomatoes because it gives them magnesium, and it's a bit like a fertilizer really. And apparently the fruits afterwards have much more flavour. So that is something I did yesterday actually. I didn't put mine into a watering can because there's so many pots, I'd be there forever. So I got a little cap and I sprinkled a little bit on the top of each pot, and then I watered them in. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just show you around inside the Polytunnel. Today I want to do quite a bit of planting actually, but there's so much to still get ready. I'm going to save in here for a rainy day to tie them all up properly. You know, I know we've got some weather coming in, so I'll save that for when I can't get outside. So I'll show you what's happening in this Polytunnel. As you can see, things are definitely growing in here. Mostly in here we've got tomatoes, you know, there are some cucumber plants. I don't know what that's been nibbling that, look. Let's make sure there's nothing under the leaves. They're getting everywhere, whatever it is, don't they? Anyway, that's a cucumber, and there's another one there, look. At the moment I'm wanting to train them upwards, so I've been picking out the little bits in between there to get one main stem, you know. Yeah, but all the rest are tomatoes. These are some plants that definitely need to get out. These are butterbush plants, so butternut squash, but they're bush variety, so they can go in a container, them ones. These are, do you remember those I forgot what they're called now, foxglove, that's it. These are foxglove that I grew from seed. There's another lot there, another one. Now they were really hard to grow actually until they got to that a bit bigger than, well, a bit smaller than that. But when they were really tiny, like seedlings, you only had to move them and they'd die. So they were quite hard. These are butternut squash, and they definitely need to be out in the ground now. So these are all the things that I need to get going with. These need to go out. These are me, do you remember I showed you them? I think it was in the last couple of videos ago actually. These are the cauliflower. So they're massive now, they're really nice. Yeah. So I'll probably get them out today. There's a few more tomato plants there that need going in pots. And this is how much they like the heat. Look at them foxglove, how much they've shot up in there. Compared to my other polytunnel, you know, this is much better for growing. Some more tomato plants there that need to be potted up. These two tomato plants in the corner are called Blue Beauty. Now, I'm quite amazed by the sort of difference in the tomato flower to a normal tomato. They're massive. Lovely though. And they're actually a salad tomato. And they were tomatoes that were sent from Portugal from Helen's nephew. There's actually a good example of how big the flower, how different the flower head is to a normal tomato. Amazing. This one here is amethyst cream. That's another one from Portugal. And apparently, I mean, look, the flowers are nowhere near like that one. The other one I just showed you. And I've noticed the leaves are this sort of colour, but then that must be the way that they are, look. Because they're all like it. It must be part of the variety, I would say, unless there's something wrong with it. But every leaf I look at has got that tinge to it, you know. But because I'm not familiar with growing that variety, I'm not sure. I'll have to look on the website. So yeah, there's definitely lots of tomatoes growing in here, and we've got some peppers down there. There's a couple of pots, there's one there, I'm going to take that out, and that one, and use those pots for the tomatoes. Lots of the new pepper plants are coming up. There's some more of those foxglove there. But yeah, lots of nice peppers coming up, all different varieties. There's some parsley I stuck in a pot a little while ago. That's really healthy now, that. These are some of the peppers that are really ready for picking now, really. Well, not the yellow one, but even the smallest of plant, look, can be forgiving and give you peppers. Yeah. Now this is a place I just love to sit, listen to the birds with a nice little cup of tea. But then I can't do that. I need to get on and get some things planted today. Actually, yesterday and the day before, I got carried away, you know, in the poultry area where I showed you the overgrown part. Well, I moved all the fencing and put it around there so that they would have more room to forage, you know, and scratch around. But I think they're more scared of it than foraging it, so I might have to trim it in at the end of the day anyway. But anyway, yeah. So, but what I'm saying is it's, you know, I told you all the grass was caught up in the electric poultry fence. Well, I sorted that out. I took it all up, got rid of the grass, trimmed the grass and everything. And yeah, went indoors and made a drink. And then I looked out the kitchen window. We got a field behind, plus the one that's here, you know, where the garden is. I saw a fox going along the fence again. So what I mean is, it's a good job that I checked that fence out, and I checked the, you know, the electric how strong the electric current was going through it. And that evening I was pottering around in the garden, and I heard them all the chickens get all flustered. They do, the cockerel does that when there's something not quite right. Like if I was to go in there all of a sudden burst in, he'd get all panicky and start making a funny noise. Well, he was doing that, so I knew something wasn't right. And so that fox must have been sniffing around the outside of that pen yesterday. And yeah, you've got to be so careful with them foxes and make sure you've got 100%, as much as you can anyway, predator-proof fence around your hens, because it's devastating when they get caught. But yeah, hopefully that kept it away. It must have got a bit of a shock, I reckon, because as soon as I heard the cockerel getting in a state like that, I went up there, and there was no sign of a fox, but obviously something was there. So let's hope that he stays away. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to plant up a couple of beds. It's nice and breezy today, which is lovely. I'm going to need to put some netting over it, because I'm going to plant those cauliflower that I just showed you. Yeah, so that'll be another bed planted. So funny. She's funny, that little grey one. She's the tiniest, but she's behind the other hen, you can't see her now. Yeah, she's the tiniest, but the bossiest. They're the gold lace Wyandottes, them two. Yeah, they've learnt to get on top of the food box and look out the ceiling. But I'll get them out and I'll show you properly. So these are their little chicks, and they're probably just over a week now. Yeah, two of them have got cones, look. And got their feathers coming, and their little feathery legs. I'm trying to figure out what's a cockerel and what's not, but I think that the one in the middle, let me swap fingers. looking at them like this, I think this one here might be a girl and the other two might be boys. The one definitely in the middle is a cockerel because of the way that it looks around and it surveys the land. But yeah, they're cute. Look at their little feet. Yes, I thought I'd show you them. And like I say, they're just getting their wing feathers, look. Oh, it's a bit all over the place, that. Yeah, they're just getting their wing feathers and a couple of shoulder feathers, so yeah. You're cuties, aren't you? Definitely cockerel, that one. I was actually going to start planting out the cauliflowers and it's starting to rain, so I'll probably have to do that in between the rain at some point. Helen hasn't been in the videos lately. Helen's unfortunately was in hospital for a week to do with her breathing. She's back home now, but very tired. So she's not been in a lot of videos, but hopefully in the future, when she, you know, feels a lot better, she'll be able to do small bits of talking and bits of video for you. The week before she went in hospital, we went on a little trip to Strandhill, which is about an hour from us. So what I'll do is I'll put a clip in, and yeah, I won't say goodbye after, and I'll see you very shortly in the next video.
Windows wide, the curtains fly to catch the evening breeze. Without you here to keep me warm, believe I'd rather freeze. Believe I'd rather freeze. And how long can we walk that line between the sea and sand? How long can we bide our time for dreams we never planned? For dreams we never planned. When the sky said the winter time is coming on, and you cry to see a shadow, babe, it's growing long across the lawn, another song. It's Tuesday night, it's 3 a.m. I ought to be asleep. If only I could tell you all about the dreams I keep. Oh, about the dreams I keep. I wake up every morning and I'm wasted all the day. I'd turn it all around if I could only hear you say that you were here to stay. When the sky said the winter time is coming on, and you cry to see a shadow, babe, it's growing long across the lawn, another song. Sometimes in my silence, before the city glowed, I still recall the nights when I could hear you breathing low, and I caught you breathing low. But it's too late to turn around, too cold to go outside. I wonder if I saw this love as anything beside another place place to hide. When the sky said the winter time is coming on, and you cry to see a shadow, babe, it's growing long across the lawn. Another song.
Why not come and join me on Facebook or Instagram? The link is in the description.